So font awesome has been linked very well. Now it is our time to create a simple introduction banner. That means something like I want to create something like who we are, what we are doing. Simple introduction like that. So definitely we have to start up with a comment. So I'm gonna go here, write a comment as who we are. So that is our next thing we are going to make. A who we are kind of a banner. So here we have the end who we are. This kind of our own customizations we cannot copy using Bootstrap or anything, but rather we can write our own coding using CSS and HTML and Bootstrap. So inside who we are, I'm going to open a new class. Definitely you can guess it is a container, and inside this div I have to definitely, it is a must for me to open a row, but before that I can just simply have a heading. So I'll give a headings like H2 heading, something like who we are, a simple heading. So before a row you can only have a heading, no problem with that. That means you are giving a heading to the row, so that is not a problem. You are giving a title to the row. Let me just capitalize this letter so it would look great. You know that definitely we have to align them into the center. Similar to CSS, similar to what we do in giving this ID or a class and picking this using CSS and making this text align center. In HTML there are elements known as HTML elements. Similar to class, there is a HTML element known as align, and inside the h2 tag if I say align is equal to open quotes, close quotes, and inside this if you say center, it would be centered definitely. Let's see how it works. Align center, save it, go back to your browser, and if you refresh, it would be centered like this. Yep. The next thing is definitely to have some break lines here after the end banner, so it would look much cool and nice in our who we are. So I'll just have 3 banners, but instead of this you can simply have the margin bottom or top as I told you earlier. The next thing I'm going to do after the h2 is add a simple HR tag or a line, a simple line. So it would look cool, isn't it? This is line, but in modern websites we are not providing this complete line. What we are going to do is we are going to have a little bit of a very small line. That is how modern websites look like. So I'm going to give a class to my HR. In empty tags also we can give classes, and I am going to say it is my HR. Go to style.css, get it from my HR, and I'm going to make the width of this one very small. So how can we do this? I'll say height is 1 pixel. It is obviously right now it is 2 pixels like, so it would become 1 pixel. So then what I'm going to say is I want to give some radius. That means if I want to make this a circle, it's like a simple curve in the borders. If I want to give a simple curve, I can say border top is 2 pixels, and I can simply say something like dash. If I go ahead and save this, you can see that it has become like that. And border radius means 10 pixels, which means it's a curve. So I'm gonna go zoom it, and you can see this little bit of a curve there. So the curve is not coming down because the height of this is very small. So I'll just keep it as it is, and then I have to give the width. I'll reduce the width to 5%. That means currently the width is 100%. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say it 5%. That means reduce or eliminate 95% of the stuff from this line, and then make it only 5%. Here is the 5%, and I think it is looking great, isn't it? So our h2 is done. So the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to add 2 rows, which means I have 2 sections. The first row will contain an image, so I will comment it as image, and the second row will contain some description. So I will make it a description, some text we have, okay? So the first row and the second row. Now here I did not close the comment. So if you did not, or if you forget to close the comment, you will notice that everything after that would be green. But the final things are not green. That the reason is this comment we started here is somehow closed there in end Hoovia and also in the optional JavaScript. And you can see this red line error it is giving. So definitely you should close these comments, otherwise your program will be going mad. Okay, so now we have 2 rows and it is not shown because we have no content there. So from the next lesson, let's continue creating the welcome screen.